Sat down with a DACA student and joins us live in studio with her story. Carmen.
Jenny and Anthony, September 2017, a day that marked the lives of thousands of DACA recipients across our nation when the Trump administration announced it would cut the program, leaving the fate of dreamers in the hands of the U.S. Supreme Court.
When you don't have a choice, it seems easier, right?
Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, the birthplace of 31-year-old Sandra Vizcara. She reminces the time she left her home at the age of 4. Her trek to the U.S. began in 1992 under forced circumstances, a journey that has now become a blur.
Safe houses, a lot of people, a lot of hiding under bushes with a helicopter passing by.
All she remembered vividly was holding on to her mother tightly.
At that age, why are we hiding?
Eventually, she and her mother made their way to the Bay Area, where she lived for most of her life. Now, Sandra is among the over 24,000 DACA recipients living in Arizona. Coming to another country at a young age forced Sandra to learn another language. Adapting to a new lifestyle in a new country she had to call home.
And by mimicking and listening a lot and watching a lot, that's how I learned English.
Sandra recalls the moment she realized she felt, quote, different from the rest.
Once I started seeing my friends driving around to even Jack in the Box across the street, because we had during lunch, right? Like you want to go and be cool and get a Starbucks or something. I couldn't do that.
Every move she made had to be thoroughly thought through, well aware that every action could have a consequence. Junior year, she began questioning her future and, quote, torturing herself emotionally.
Well, then how am I going to pay for college? So you start questioning a lot of things. So financial aid, your driver's license, what's another one? Health insurance.
Emphasizing her life has always been in limbo, feeling like not, quote, too Mexican enough or too American enough. Then in 2012, the news she, along with thousands of dreamers, had been waiting for.
I literally started crying, like when Obama passed the whole...
Effective immediately, the Department of Homeland Security is taking steps to lift the shadow of deportation from these young people.
But then came the announcement that Donald Trump would run for president. And in 2016, he won the election. 1 year later, the administration made a devastating announcement.
When he came into power, that was a low.
DACA that was effectuated under the Obama administration is being rescinded.
Sandra says living in Yuma puts her closer to her family in Mexico. Yet it's a world that she's no longer familiar with.
Literally, you look over to the right and you're like, oh, that's the fence. Or I'll cross that fence is where my aunts and uncles live that I've never met.
And in the DACA program is no longer a fear to Sandra. Adding throughout the process, she's had to learn to love herself and remembering that no document defines who she is.
It's hard. It's hard to love yourself when you don't feel like part of anything, but, or maybe even guilt trip your parents, like, why did you do this? And I don't think I could be scared anymore. I'm tired of being scared. I'm tired of that.
Well, the uncertainty continues for thousands of DACA recipients until June of 2020, if the U.S. Supreme Court decides to keep the program or not. As for Sandra, she graduated from the Regional Center for Border Health as a professional coder. Reporting live in studio, I'm Carmen Valencia.
Yeah, we will